So back a few weeks ago, I reviewed the Ken Onion CRKT home front knife. You're like, didn't see it. Okay, well, um, under that, people wanted to know if I really had ever heard of Ken Onion before, because I said I hadn't. Now, I was being sarcastic, and to prove it, I'll review the newest Ken Onion knife. The Leek by Kershaw, but also by Ken Onion. Now, when celebrity chef Ken Onion designed the Leek, he had other celebrity chefs in mind and created the perfect compact everyday carry utility knife. Now, I don't want to sound like a know-it-all, but I think this one's going to be big. Even though it's tiny, right? Dad joke, sorry. So let's go over the dimensions. You know the drill, the overall length. See, it's compact. The blade length. How about that cutting edge, right? It's almost the whole length of the, blade. The handle size. The grip area. Then the spine thickness. Then handle thickness and weight. Also, it's made in the USA, so there's that. The blade of the Leek isn't quite as small as it looks. It's tiny and pointy like Frodo's sword, the needle from Game of Thrones. So don't use it for prying like Frodo does. The modified drop point blade on this particular version is a backwashed Sandvik 14C28N steel, which can take a razor sharp edge like this was out of the box. It should be, considering every single blade is hand sharpened by Ken Onion himself. Seriously, take it from me, I know what I'm talking about. The shape and the limited taper of the blade gives you a nice long cutting edge, sort of like a Warncliffe, but still not quite. The blade is deployed by Kershaw's Speedsafe assisted opening. You give the blade protrusion on the back of the knife a press and boom, it's deployed. Nice and smooth and quick. Feels like other Speedsafes and no issues with deployment. I guess you could also deploy with the very tiny thumb studs, but I found I prefer the blade protrusion a bit better because it gives you more area to push on. My finger tends to slip a little when using the thumb studs, and I'm trying not to cut myself. The blade is locked into place by a frame lock, no issues like rock lock or anything like that. The handle is made entirely from 410 stainless steel, and at 3 ounces it isn't that heavy a knife, especially one with just under a 3-inch blade. The handle is a bit small, but it's compact. A bigger handle would have made it, way more. And while it's personal preference, somewhere in the 4-ounce area is where people tend to complain about the knife being too heavy. My everyday carry is about 3 3/4 ounces. My hands get a decent grip on it though, even though my fingers are a tiny bit crowded. There's only a tiny bit of rounded jimping up front near the thumb studs and the place where you disengage the liner lock. The blade also has a tip lock slider that you can move into place, so it'll keep a misfire from happening in your pants. Well, at least from the knife. You need to hit the Speedsafe pretty hard and very precisely for that to happen, but it's there just in case you're paranoid. The pocket clip can only be used on one side of the knife, but can be mounted tip up or tip down. Now, good news for left pocket people, you can get tip up blade forward for ultra fast deployment. But since I'm a right pocket guy, I either get tip up blade backward or tip down blade forward. Oh well. How about some Woodplay while I wrap it up? So what makes this knife so popular other than peer pressure and insatiable knife habits? It's made in the USA, has a great steel, compact, durable, well-made, ultra-fast deployment, and makes Ken Onion some sweet royalty money. I guess I don't really know how knife sales work. The clip isn't positionable in 4 places, so I guess it's not perfect, and the handle is pretty smooth and not as big as some people prefer. But it's great for a casual use, really pocketable blade. Plus, if they made a perfect blade, then you'd stop buying knives. If you like knife reviews, where I review things you already own and a lot of people already own, then like this review. If you like any knife reviews and outdoor gear reviews, make sure you subscribe to this channel, comment on the video, watch and share the videos I've already uploaded this year, and thanks for watching.